Xtreme, them gains, extreme shit we see, extreme. Want to know about corruption? Well, listen to what I see. An algorithmic money making, taking, thinking, fucking scheme. And if you let it, they'll get it. They'll gut you till you bleed. A lot of young and fuck motherfucking make you think it's free. Yeah, it's me, the team, the extreme.
What's up, y'all? What's up, YouTube? What's up, Extreme Gains family? I'm Chuck, and this is Extreme Gains. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say is or ever will be financial advice. Please do not take it as such. Today is Sunday, Sunday, November 13th, 2022, and this is my AMC Gme and SPY weekly update and preparation video for tomorrow and beyond. As always, I hope y'all had a great day in the market on Friday. More importantly, I hope you made some extreme gains for yourselves. I'm going to go over all my regulars, my snake algo method for all three tickers, some macro comparatives, and some side-by-side projections from Thursday's update and prep video, and the fulfillment of those projections with Friday's price action. So with all of that said, let's dig in. I hope y'all are enjoying your weekend as well. I'm going to go ahead and dive right into everything and not waste any time. So currently on your screen is AMC and my current intro week snakes. AMC finished the day on Friday up again 17.46% in regular trading hours, and then down 2.08% in after hours, ending the week trading at 705. The current intra-week snakes that I am looking at are on your screen. They are potential new intra-week snakes as of Thursday last week. Green is the day of the divergence from the previous intra-week snake. Red is the day prior to. Now, I was using this one here. This was Wednesdays as the day prior to. That was when the barcoding happened intraday on the 5-minute. So I went ahead and went back one more day because I did not like this because it does not identify any of the volatility or nuanced fulfillment and volatility throughout if price action were to fulfill it. And Tuesday's clip gave me the exact same projection with that nuanced volatility identified. So I'm going to be using it instead of Wednesdays. So still red day prior to, green day of divergence. Now, I'm still in a stage of initial placement with both of these right now because the only thing price action has done has been parabolic to the upside. So the only thing I can do is use some significant levels of support and resistance for the time being to potentially project the fulfillment of these moving forward regarding the vertical and horizontal placement of them on this initial placement until I get data in the form of a potential top being realized and recognized with a downside rejection, a rejection and a downside move. And then that will allow me to have some more confidence as far as the initial placement of these for the continued fulfillment for what these are showing potentially weeks and weeks and weeks out in front, just as the last one did for 4 weeks, candle for candle throughout. So right now, the significant levels that I am looking at, continuing to the upside, I'm looking at that internal ascending level of support that's becoming resistance right now at around the $7.30 price range. If it were to breach that to the upside, the next level of resistance I'll be looking at will be 790, which was the previous support up here, turned resistance on our way down to that double bottom formation and fulfillment. And then a breach of 790 to upside would bring a $9 price range that I will be looking at around where that macro third is in there and has been in there awaiting this price action out of the double bottom. So those will be the levels and potential significant levels of resistance that I am going to be looking for regarding the characteristics of movements with AMC moving into tomorrow and beyond, and how that will correlate to the definitive initial placement of the intra-week snakes, because that gives me the ability to move these in a vertical manner to get initial placement so that I have accurate projection and fulfillment moving forward. All right, again, that's more than I've ever explained any other time regarding the intra-week snakes. So there's the green the day of in its straight up position. You can see obviously it's showing a potential continuation to upside as long as the next level breaches to upside, and that's how I'm going to use these on the way up until I get a definitive top recognition and rejection back downside. So that's the day of, and you can see the projection from it in its straight up position. Here is the day of in its mirrored position and the potential projection from it. Likewise, with the day prior to its straight up position, you can see what the projection is from it, and in its mirrored position, you can see what the projection is from it as well. So that's everything I'm looking at right now with the intra-week snakes. However, with the macro comparative from prior to the January 2021 run-up that I have been tracking here on this channel and reviewing with you literally for a year now, essentially, we have continued to fulfill absolutely perfectly as it was projecting. Here is the placement of it, our price action location within it, and the continued fulfillment of it, as you can see there. Here's the side-by-side from Thursday's update and prep video. The location of price action within it, the projection from it, and the dead-on continued fulfillment of it to the upside. You can see what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it. Now, regarding the intra-week snakes, with the macro comparative, to potentially give some insight as to that top, you can see that it as well shows a recognition and realization of that macro third at around the $9 area. So if that were to fulfill, here is the straight up position of the day of divergence, showing that as the top, and you can see its relevance to the macro comparative in that position with its projection moving forward if price action were to fulfill it. Then the day prior to as well, you can see in its straight up position, its projection and relevance to the macro comparative in that position. So that is everything that I am looking at with AMC moving into tomorrow and beyond. Then up next is GME. GME finished the day on Friday as projected, up 4.9% in regular trading hours, and then down 0.08% in after hours, ending the week trading at 26.08. The current intra-week snakes are on your screen. Red, the day prior to; blue, the day of the previous divergence from the previous intra-week snake. And you can see once again on Friday, the projection fulfilled absolutely dead on. So I'm feeling good about the initial placement of these two new intra-week snakes for GME. Here is the side-by-side from Thursday's update and prep video. The location of price action within it, the projection from it, and the dead-on 100% candle-for-candle fulfillment of it with Friday's price action. You can see what the projection is from both of them moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill them. Now, as far as significant levels for GME, they have remained the same. 25.25 breach back downside. I will be looking at the 2170 as the next level down. A confirmation of that 25.25 and or the macro ascending level of support just a bit higher than 25.25 up here around that $26 area should bring the 27.80 as the next level up, and then there will be the macro neckline back up here at the 29.80 for that continued move up to the macro third that we have previously realized here with that fulfilled projection dead on previously back here as we tracked here on the channel. So that's everything in a nutshell that I am looking at with GME moving forward into tomorrow and beyond. Last but not least is SPY. SPY finished today on Friday, regular trading hours, up 0.97%, and then even Steven in after hours, ending the week trading at 398.51. The current intra-week snakes that I am looking at are on your screen, the red, the orange, and the blue. A set of three. We have not gotten definitive separation and fulfillment of one. They are all three still relevant at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and place them and go over them with you. Here is the red one. That would have been Friday's clip for SPY as a potential day prior to. And you can see once again on Friday, we continue to fulfill its projection. Here's the side-by-side from Thursday's update and prep video. The location of price action within it, the projection from it, and the fulfillment of it there on Friday. You can see what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it. Then I have the orange one. This would be a potential day of or a day prior to, dependent upon which one runs with it here. And you can see its continued fulfillment likewise again on Friday. Here's the side-by-side from Thursday's update and prep video. The location of price action within it, the projection from it, the fulfillment of it, and you can see what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it. And then the day of divergence, this would be only a day of divergence, and you can see the continued fulfillment of it as well on Friday. Here is the side-by-side from Thursday's update and prep video, the location of price action within it, the projection from it, and the fulfillment of it on Friday. Likewise, you can see what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it. Tuesday, PPI, 0830 Tuesday morning. I talked about the macro third in here as a potential upcoming macro third to the upside and how it confluenced that resistance there with the macro descending level of resistance at around the 410, 411 price level. And I put an X marks the spot there a week ago when I realized that this may be happening here. So there it is, it's marked. That is what I will be looking for if we continue upside as a potential point of rejection and point of resistance for a possible move downside from that point there. As far as a level back downside that I am looking at, if price action were to breach the 396 back downside, the next level I'll be looking at will be the 390. So 396 to 390 back downside as well. Then last but not least for SPY is the macro comparative from the 2008-2009 correction and crash that I have been going over on the channel as long as the AMC macro double bottom since I've had the channel a year ago. And in its most recent position there, you can see we have continued to fulfill. I talked about on Thursday's update and prep how we were starting to get out away from this just a little bit further than what I am comfortable with. However, I do think it is still in range, even where it sits now, to potentially reject and come back downside. And in hindsight, we would never look back on this and think it wasn't fulfilled. So I do think it's still in range. Obviously, if we attain 400 plus to the upside, then it's going to potentially be a mirrored fulfillment of this, which I'll show you in a second, and we have talked about as well. You can see the fulfillment here on Friday as well, and you can see where we were at on Thursday, and you can see the obvious projection from it if price action were to continue to fulfill it. It would definitely have to be raked right back downside. Now, with that being said, I talked about this potentially, and I talked about this a month ago. If price action were to continue to fulfill this ascending consolidation as the macro comparative was showing to the upside, how this would potentially look like it was being fulfilled in the mirrored position as well. And it would be something that I would have to be attentive to moving out here as far as we've gotten now to the end of that. If price action were to mirror and this were to turn into the macro reversal and move back upside with the broader market. So in that position, in the mirrored position, you can see where we are at within it, what the projection is from it. And you can see likewise, it is projecting downside, potential for short-term upside, but then macro generalized perspective of next movement would be downside, just like it is in the straight up position. So it does look like a potential divergence from it if it were to mirror and go upside would be down here at the ascending level of support, possibly one more time if it were to do that. Obviously, if we just continue upside to that 410, 411 level, then we would be potentially invalidating this macro comparative in that position. Likewise, on Sundays, I like to show you all the SPX macro comparative on SPX from 0809. And here it is. Here's the 30,000 foot view like we always look at. And you can see obviously where we have gotten outside of the continued fulfillment of it in that downside manner as it was projecting. And you can see where we are at within it. And likewise, the obvious projection back downside. I want to show you this in the mirrored position because you can really get a good look at it here, the way it looks on the screen here. So there you go. There's the mirrored position of the 0809 macro comparative. You can see its mirrorings are almost perfect. And you can see what that would look like with continued fulfillment moving into tomorrow and beyond. Like I said, potential short-term upside, then back downside, possibly to the ascending level of support, and then it makes its decision back upside or the continued fulfillment of dead cat bounce over the edge to the downside. My friends, my family, that is everything that I am looking at as quick and as efficiently as I can get through it here, moving into tomorrow and beyond with AMC, GME, and SPY. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you all very much. I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Quick reminder, I still will be live here on Wednesday all day long from 9 a.m. until market close. Set a reminder, don't forget about that. I'll get an update and prep video out Tuesday after market close. Good luck in the markets tomorrow. Make some extreme gains for yourselves, and I will talk to you all on the next one. Get your Extreme Gains merch. Talk to you then. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Later.